Well, that's the type of injury that would keep most guys out a good 2 months or so. And he didn't miss a full half, right? I mean, it's unreal. He's not for this planet. He's different. So can he beat the Rams? Guy can do anything he wants. He's different. We've seen it.
Yeah. He needs some help on the other side of the ball.
Yeah, he certainly does. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
a lot of help on the other side of the ball, yeah.
We're able to self-correct all the time, and he's found ways to go out there and still be Aaron Rodgers-like despite this injury. Remember that first down he ran for in the last game?
And you're looking going,
yeah, how is he doing?
How can he do that? Yeah. And then, the thing also about Aaron and the way the Packers are is that they, he improvises so much. It's almost like him and Roethlisberger have this thing where you go in there, and once you kind of get the pocket to collapse, and once you hit him, then a whole nother play starts. Yeah. So I think that as the season goes on, after week 8, that's when you really, him and his receivers will start to get a little bit more on the same page. They'll start to understand, all right, when he goes this way and the pocket collapses and the play, collapses, we need to go over here. And that's when I think you see them getting hotter down the stretch.
Let's go to a young quarterback in the league, a tale of 2 seasons for Deshaun Watson and the Houston Texans, losers of their first 3 games, but now winners of their last 4 games and in first place. Can Deshaun Watson sustain this level of play?
Yeah, I mean, Deshaun Watson, first of all, this is a league of tough guys. I don't care what they say, right? It is a league of tough guys. He is about as tough as you can. Because we first broke this story 2 weeks ago on Fox NFL Sunday, and I say he's playing with a cracked rib, bruised lung, and a partially collapsed lung. And Strahan was going, I couldn't even do the show like that. I mean, this guy's playing like this. And then last week we report that they actually had to bus him to Jacksonville because of air pressure. They didn't want to put him on a plane. This is the type of cat you want leading your team. Absolutely. You want a guy like this going, oh, my God, talking about going above and beyond for us. He's doing that for us. Well, we got to lay it down for him.
I think he's playing so well with these injuries. People need to keep that into account when they look at his statistics and compare them to what he did last year and kind of electrify the league. This may be even more impressive what he's doing this year.
It's not just a cracked rib. It's a bruised lung, a partially collapsed lung. It's how it hurts when you yell your cadence out. It hurts when you breathe. Hurts when you laugh. Hurts when you do anything. And he's just out there and he's telling people, I don't even notice the pain. He notices the pain. There's no way you can't. But yet he's doing what he has to for the team. He's impressive, man. He is the epitome, really, I think, of where this league is going. You have guys like him and Patrick Mahomes and Baker Mayfield. Like, the league has a bright future with these guys.
All right, we've had James Harrison on the previous 2 days. Ask him a bunch of Le'Veon Bell questions. Everybody thought Le'Veon Bell was going to be back by now. Any chance this dude just sits out the entire season?
Do you know when Le'Veon Bell's coming?
When?
No, I'm asking you. Do you know when he's coming?
I was about to say no. No. Please tell me.
So, and that's, I think, part of what has gotten the players so upset is that they were just like, they keep getting told that he's gonna show up at one point and then he doesn't. And I did report this week that they finally had talks last week. And what the talks were is that once he comes back, the Steelers want to put him on a 2-week roster exemption list. What you normally do, you want to see what the player's health is. You want to see if he's okay. You want to see what the conditioning is. In camp, if a guy's not in shape, you can put him on PUP list for a little while. Right. It's okay. You can't do that with him. But during that 2-week period, they don't want to pay him. It's their right not to pay him. He has to agree to those terms before he then agrees to sign his tender. Once he signs the tender, then he can come back and play. Now, just because they have him on that 2-week roster exemption doesn't mean they can use all 2 weeks, but they can. So it's a whole different, part here where they're both going to dig their heels in.
Man, all that said, is he coming back this year?
I can't answer. I think we all know, because even when he says I'm coming back, like, teammates were convinced, and they're talking to him. They thought he was showing up week 1. It didn't happen. Then there was reports he was showing up in the bye week. Didn't happen. And then even if he wanted to come back at the end of the bye week last week, they closed the office for the weekend, so he couldn't have done that. And then they were convinced he's showing up Monday. Didn't happen. So I'm a reporter who likes to deal in fact.
Yeah.
So I can't tell you when he's coming because I don't want to be wrong.
Well, I'm an analyst that likes to deal in an opinion.
Okay.
So guess what? Please
What's
tell
your
me.
opinion?
What's your opinion?
No. I just said fact. I don't know.
Let me ask both of y'all this question. Because as I'm sitting, if he sits out the whole year, the history on guys that have sat out an entire season, I'm thinking of Sean Gilbert.
That's what I'm thinking of.
Dan Williams, I think, did it. He was a defensive lineman.
Joey Galloway, did he sit out the whole year with his franchise tenders and
I know
he
that
eventually got traded?
I know that Gilbert got paid. Like, it didn't hurt him.
But I'm saying it didn't help him on the field, though, is what I'm saying. If he sits out a whole year, could he be the same player coming back?
Well, you have to look at it. It's like a guy tearing his ACL in camp. Sits out a whole year. Can they be the same player?
Yeah, they can.
They can, and he's not coming back from an injury. The thing more so is, are you ever going to make up that $15 million? Even in whatever contract you have to put an extra $15 million in for you to make that up. And in that running back position, that's hard. Defensive end, not so hard. Mm-hmm. Quarterback, not so hard. Running back, very hard.
Let's go to Giants and all their issues and recent trades. A lot of conversation is this team has given up on this season. So are the Giants tanking?
No. I don't think they're tanking. I think the Giants have a lot of problems. And they had the second pick of the draft last year for a reason. They got issues in there. Okay, there's culture issues in there. And everybody thought, well, we got a new coach, we got a great running back here, we've got a left tackle, all our problems will be solved. No. The problems that were happening in the last couple of years aren't suddenly going to disappear from that. And I think you see a lot of the antics that have gone on the last couple of years. They're not suddenly going away with Pat Shurmur. I think Pat's the right guy in there. He's a grown-up. Okay? When there's been a lot of stuff in past teams, he's always been above the fray. That's what you want. But guys are so used to the culture in their last couple of years of carrying on the sideline. It seems like every time now a receiver and Eli don't hit each other correctly, it's like a pity party out there. Everybody's doing this. They're throwing their hand. It's a pity party. They're all feeling so sorry for themselves, or they're so frustrated. It's like, just play the damn game.
You're playing the culture card, not the quarterback change card. And some people saying even the coaching.
No, because I think even if you have that, you still have other issues of when things aren't going well, there's going to be people hitting the nets and the bench and the fan and the walking in.
The bad culture.
Walking in. And, hey, on the other side of the ball also, I mean, it's just the way, the way they've all handled their business. There's been a lot of guys there in the last couple of years. Look at all the stuff that's happened. I think Eli's just shell-shocked from what happened last year. I don't think he ever recovered from what happened last year.
Mentally.
Yeah, I don't think he ever did. I think he's just still shell-shocked from all of it.
I think he's being unfairly criticized, Jay. I think the criticism of Eli is too much. No one's talking about the other broader issues.
Well, they are. The O-line?
Yes.
No, they're definitely talking about that. They're talking about that also. There's a lot of issues, but my point is everybody just assumed we make 3 personnel moves and the entire culture in this place has changed. The energy in here has changed. It's not going to happen. There's guys in the past here last 2 years, cornerbacks walking out, right, and getting suspended and leaving, and guys saying, we're just leaving practice, leaving meetings. I mean, Odell's quotes earlier, like the quotes that happened earlier this season, if that was the Strahan, Jumbo Elliott, Jesse Armstead, William Roberts teams, right?
Yeah.
There'd be about 6 guys waiting in your locker for you. You just didn't do it. You didn't break that code. Today's cat's a little bit different in certain ways. And I think they see Odell do it, so they're like, okay, we could all do it also. It's got to be about those 53 guys in there, man. It cannot be about one of them. Doesn't matter.
Very quickly, Jay, we got to go. Does Patrick Peterson get traded?
Nope, I don't think he does.
Oh.
I think they've really, and that's the thing. Raiders, here's the difference. Raiders, Khalil Mack's like, I'm not going there and I'm not playing there. And Gruden's like, okay, and he said he's not going to play here, so I might as well trade him. Patrick Peterson says I want out. Steve Cobb's like, yeah, it's crazy. I'm not trading this guy. And now look, if somebody sends the most ridiculous offer, but he's like, I'm not trading this guy. And he's like, no, I'm not doing it. Just because your kid throws a tantrum doesn't mean you need to give in to them and say, okay, you don't have to clean your room. You still got to clean your damn room. That's it.
There you go.
Thank you, Jay. All right, we'll check you out later on Thursday Night Football.